Do you want to start winning more in sports betting? Then come along with us in Probably, where we track data from the top sportsbooks around the world. The ones with $50,000 bettors, the ones with $100,000 bettors. They get the best data as a result of that information point. We use that data to find you the best bets at legal U.S. sportsbooks every single day. And right now, we're closing out May on a strong run. Let's see if we can keep it going to close out the month. Your top 10 MLB bets for today, Thursday, May 30th. And it starts off with the man, the thumbnail, man whose face I didn't know. I'm sure you don't know, but it's Colin Rea. We're going to take over 16.5 outs today. 50% probability according to those top sports books around the world. When you know that true probability, you can find the valuation of bets at legal U.S. sports books. That's what we do for you automatically at Probably every single day. Right now, the best bet's at plus 112 odds. You see a 50% probability plus 112 odds. It's like the sports were paying you 12% VIG. Just take this bet. So we had that together. Win rate times the win amount minus the loss rate times the loss amount. That's how you get our EV calculation, the Probably score. This bet's going to win you 5.2% more money if you were played differently. So there you go. Colin Rea over 16.5 outs. Take it at plus 112 odds if you can get it. And this one, by the way, early start today, so make sure you're getting in bright and early. You got Vinny Pasquantino under 1.5 player bases. 55% chance of old Vinny here, not from the Jersey Shore, different Vinny, the one playing in Twins Royals. Him going under 1.5 player bases. Best right now is at minus 110 odds. Combined with the probability, get yourself a 5.1 Probably score for Vinny Pasquantino under 1.5 player bases. See what else we can get. Might have to drop the EV. I did not see a ton of high EV bets right before here, but we'll see what we can get now that we're live on camera. Jack Flaherty under 17.5 outs. A 46% chance that Jack Flaherty goes for under 17.5 outs today. Best bet's at plus 126 odds. So once again, you combine that with the probability, you get a 4.1 Probably score for Jack Flaherty under 17.5 outs. I'm recording right now, 9:27 a.m. I was updated 9:24, so you can see what I'm talking about here. Prop markets usually get an update 9:15-ish in the morning, so that's why we usually do the videos when we do, as opposed to doing them the night before, where there's just one of the worst things in YouTube content for you guys out there watching videos like this is just people out there putting content out 10 p.m. the night before. If you don't have market data, you're failing your viewers, you're failing your customers, and that's the reality of content that you guys probably might not be aware of. Let's drop the Probably score here. Of course, every bet over a 2+ Probably score has a backtest of 12 to 20% ROI on the underlying API. And the most important thing to note in our Probably data, the sportsbook filtering. I don't filter for sportsbooks here because I'm trying to give you guys all the best bets, trying to show you just the odds really around the specific sportsbook. For you as a human, though, as an individual person, if you have money just on DraftKings, on BetMGM, on Caesars, on FanDuel, and Hard Rock, you should be in here using that sportsbook filtering for yourself to find the best bets on your specific sportsbook. So that's how that should go. We're back on the bets, though. Braves Nationals under 0.5 first inning total runs. The Nerfy in Braves Nationals. 51% chance of the Nerfy hitting in Braves Nationals. Best right now is at plus 102 odds. So you combine it with the probability, you get a 2.8 Probably score. And again, 51% probability plus 102 odds. It's like the sports are paying you 2% VIG to take this bet, which is better than them charging you 10% VIG, which I would normally would go for a 50-50 bet. See what else we have here. Mets over 1.5 first half team total. The Mets in team meeting hell right now after Jorge Lopez got himself thrown out of a game and thrown out of the team seemingly. So Mets over 1.5 in the first half today. 51% chance for the Mets to go over 1.5 in the first half. Best bet right now is at plus 100 odds. You combine that with the probability, get yourself a 2.4 Probably score for Mets over 1.5 first half team total today versus the Diamondbacks. You take the over on his outs. You take the under on strikeouts. It could be a tough needle to thread, but Colin Rea is not exactly a gasser. So we'll go Colin Rea under 4.5 strikeouts. Doesn't correlate perfectly with our over on his outs bet, but it's definitely possible. You can just throw some ground balls. So Colin Rea under 4.5 strikeouts. 52% chance for Colin Rea to go under 4.5 strikeouts. Best bet right now is at minus 104 odds. Combined with the probability, get yourself a 2.3 Probably score for Colin Rea under 4.5 strikeouts. So this is the yes to the Nerfy. So the Nerfy, same bet here. We're going to skip over that one. We got Brady Singer under 5.5 hits allowed today in Twins Royals. 59% chance that Brady Singer allows under 5.5 hits today. The best bet is at minus 135 odds. Combine with the probability, get yourself a 2.7 Probably score for Brady Singer under 5.5 hits allowed in Twins Royals. You've got Carlos Rodon under 17.5 player outs, a 54% chance that Carlos Rodon goes under 17.5 player outs. Best bet right now is at minus 110 odds. You combine out the probability, get yourself a 3 probably score for Carlos Rodon under 17.5 outs. Had to take a quick pause there to cough, and I think we've tapped these markets overall at this level of probability, so we are just going to go to home run bets. There's going to be more throughout the day. Usually we're not this low on markets this time of day, but there are less games today, so that could be part of it. But either way, check out Probably for yourself. If you want to get more bets in that 40% or higher probability range, of course, you can see me filtering live on stream. We are going to go to home run bets. We're going to try to get some longer shot derivatives as well as home run bets. And I do like, again, the narrative of this one I like today. Mets minus 1.5, coming off a team meeting called by Francisco Lindor. 31%. Anything I can do to justify taking a pro Mets bet at this point. 31% chance the Mets cover minus 1.5 today. The best bet is at plus 240 odds. Combine it with the probability, you get yourself a 5 probably score for Mets minus 1.5 run line today versus the Diamondbacks. You got Mike Tauchman to hit a home run today, an 11% chance of old Mike Tauchman to hit a home run. Best bet is at plus 850. Combine with the probability, get yourself a 5.5 probably score for Mike Tauchman over 0.5 home runs. I also have to point out one thing I did learn yesterday on DraftKings when we saw, forget who it was, we had one bet yesterday that was plus 1,100 to hit a home run. Took it on DraftKings. It does seem like on DraftKings, the cap for home runs is plus 850. They're not giving you better odds than that. So really, again, I'm a stupid person for betting on DraftKings primarily. Your money's going to go further if you are a home run bettor for this part of the video. Fanatics, FanDuel, like they all have better odds than DraftKings. DraftKings really does just juice you to death in a way that we don't talk enough about in an industry, but like everything is always a juice to the gills, which is good for me to know because comparing how things work on DraftKings versus other sportsbooks, important part for me to know because that's the biggest sportsbook, the biggest market share besides FanDuel, but definitely something where like if you're talking plus 1,100 for a home run versus plus 850, that's a difference of $250 if you were to win if you're placing a $100 bet. So DraftKings, just try to be mindful of not getting ripped off as much as I do. Red Sox, Tigers, over 11.5 total runs. A 22% chance of the Red Sox and Tigers to score over 11.5 runs today. The best bet's at plus 440. If you combine it with the probability, get yourself a 16.1 probably score. So a very high EV on this one, but it's only hitting about 1 in 5 times. So that's the risk reward that you have to take if you take Red Sox, Tigers over 11.5 total runs. All right, which one of these? All right, they're the same thing. Mets Diamondbacks over 10.5 total runs. 24% chance that this game scores over 10.5 runs. We're saying the Mets rebound in a major way. The worst team in baseball. They're not really the worst team in baseball, but they're playing like it. Mets Diamondbacks over 10.5 total runs. 24% chance the Mets can pull off, along with the Diamondbacks, over 10.5 total runs. And maybe the Diamondbacks just boat race them. That's possible. Plus 344 odds. Combine it with the probability. Get yourself a 5.3 probably score for Mets Diamondbacks for 10.5 total runs. All right, we got Jock Peter, so he needs to hit a home run for us to hit the over theoretically. So Jock Peterson to hit a home run today, 26% chance of Jock Peterson to hit a home run. The best bet's at plus 320 odds. Combine with the probability, get yourself a 7.9 probably score for Jock Peterson to hit a home run today. And Jeff McNeil over 0.5 home runs, really cornering the market on Mets Diamondbacks in a way that I don't want to do, but we're going to do it. Jeff McNeil over 0.5 home runs, 10% probability of Jeff McNeil to bang one out today. Best bet's at plus 1050. Combined with the probability, get yourself a 9.5 probably score for Jeff McNeil to hit a home run. We did come in short on the top since we'll throw in one bonus home run bet and fucking hope we don't get blanked. Joey Ortiz over 0.5 home runs, an 11% chance of old Joey Ortiz to hit one out today. The best bet's at plus 850 odds. Combine it with the probability, get yourself a 6.4 probably score for Joey Ortiz to hit a home run. And there are going to be more bets and update throughout the day as we always talk about here. Also more in NBA, we'll see. But there's not a lot of bets going in NBA because there's not a lot of games going on. But WNBA, I really have to point out, we don't do prop markets for WNBA because there aren't credible large market sources out there, top market sources like we do for everything else. That said, I'm 5-0 in WNBA bets this year because I keep getting free no sweat bets on DraftKings. So I'm doing it. And I have to say, really the advantage for those markets more so than baseball, more so than football. Like when you're doing WNBA, when you're doing tennis, when you're doing soccer, Just going to find more advantages for yourself in terms of market inefficiencies. So I'd encourage you to check it out. Of course, two ways to do it. Go to probably.com/subscribe. Get half off the month. That means getting all of our data for under $10 for a month. For a year, all of our data for under $100 for a year. You can also go check the pinned comment down below. Do give you guys a link to the 7-day free trial of Probably on the App Store. But choose one of them. We're trying to be good guys in sports betting. I'm not trying to come out here and misdirect you by giving you picks and take your money and then making more bad bets like a lot of the handicappers you see, maybe not on YouTube, but in general out there. This is a product that's meant to democratize key information that the sharpest bettors in the world know, and a lot of you guys out there don't. And that's really what we care about at Probably, is making you a better sports bettor, giving you access to the best data you possibly have that otherwise would be costing you $500 a month, $1,000 a month. Like, you get ripped off really bad just to have the thing that you need to be successful. If you're going to kayak, nobody's charging you $1,000 a month to know what's the cheapest flight. Like, that's kind of bullshit you have to deal with in the betting industry. We want that bullshit gone. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're always going to be your advocate in this. And we'll be back tomorrow with more, guys. So enjoy your days. And of course, good luck. Bye-bye.